What's up, everybody? It's James the Juggernaut with the Jukebox Podcast up here in the Northwest with my guest, Tattoo Face Carlos, Funny Carlos, that crazy Vato on TikTok and Instagram, whatever, man. How you doing, bro?
Good, bro. How you doing, man? Nice to
I'm
meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you as well. Yeah, man. I've been stalking Carlos for like a month now. He went viral. So what I'll do, Carlos, is on my YouTube, my Rich Lifestyle YouTube. I'm trying to build it up to where I can make money, right? And so
Yeah.
you have to meet these certain criterias. And so without getting flagged for copyrights, I just stole a bunch of material that wasn't mine and just put little captions. And
Yeah.
yours was one of them. So and I put what made it go viral. And now that I've just figured out that I was faking the funk because Carlos just told me he's never been locked up. I put prison dad speaks on tattoos because I guess your daughter or something, and you were at some restaurant. And she's like, "Hey, Dad, would you get rid of this tattoo?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I'd put F my kids right here,"
Uh-huh.
and that like hit almost 1 million views on my YouTube.
Damn, dog. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
Right, man.
I guess faking the funk does pay off, huh? So, anyways, Carlos, who are you, bro?
Hey, man. My name is Carlos Orellana, man. I'm a viral comedian, a barber, a dog breeder. You know, I been in the comedy world 15 years, man. 15 years.
And what got you into comedy looking the way that you do?
Well, I started rapping, right? But I sucked at rapping, right? So
Okay.
I started rapping, I started doing music videos, but all through the music videos, I always told my producers, I want to put comedy in the middle of the videos, like some comedy
Uh
acting. And what people would do is that they would watch my videos, but they would cut off the music and just use my
your
comedy
skits.
parts and
Your
then
skit,
put them on
yeah.
the internet and they would go viral. So I'm like, man, what the fuck am I doing rapping, bro?
What are you like? Do you have aspirations to make music and you just
Yeah,
thought,
yeah. Well, I grew up off of Chicano rap, so I was
yeah,
trying to do like a Chicano rap type
sure,
music, man, and it was
sure.
cool. I thought it was dope. I thought I was the best, man. But somehow, some way, I got viral in comedy, bro, and I just kept pushing the comedy, bro, because viral. I was going, 87 million views, 10 million views, 15 million views, 20 million views. I'm like, bro, this comedy is crazy.
Just off those skits off your music
Just
videos.
off the skits, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My homie, because I told him I was interviewing you, I showed him a picture. He's like, "Hey, fool's that Baldacci?" I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro. I was like, he looks like him though, huh?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's crazy because I've been around for a long time, bro. I've been around for a
sure.
long time, and the thing about me is that I fall off and I come back. I fall off and I come back because of my pages. They always take down my pages, so I
Do
got
they,
to start all over
do you know
again.
why? Do you know why?
Yeah, well, man, I would go overboard with my skits, dude.
Okay.
'Cause I came up with like a long neck and Chupapi Muñeño is then
Yeah, I've seen that video.
and
My
the
wife and I
and
were
the
watching
and
that.
the
Yeah.
I started going viral with all kinds of people, and I would leave for a year, try to build up my page, and then I would hook up with people, build up my page again, hook up with people. So like I always stayed viral every year of the 15 years.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing more PG-13. So now I'm going viral in a PG way because I ain't trying to get my shit banned anymore, man.
Well, hopefully with Daddy Elon and Daddy Trump, all that censoring goes away a little bit, right? Because
Yeah, I
that
hope.
I mean that's what they're pushing on top of a bunch of other basura, but
Yeah,
whatever.
man, I hope that piece of shit's good for something.
Yeah, yeah, man. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Santa Barbara County, man. I went to high school in Carpinteria High School. I went to elementary in Santa Barbara on the west side of Santa Barbara, and then I did a couple years in Galita Valley. I mean, in Galita, La Patera school in Galita. So Santa Barbara County is Santa Barbara, Galita, Carpinteria, and Lompoc.
Okay.
So I live here in Lompoc now. So I just been around the area.
Yeah, no, I'm from Yakima, Washington, bro, and my whole life I'm 30 years old, dog. I just turned 30 a few months back, even though I look probably your age.
Dang,
Uh,
man.
yeah. No, I put myself on no jumper and that full lush that I look like a thumb. So that's why I be wearing these hats. I'm like, that's cold, bro. I was gonna, if I ever meet him when I go out to California, I was gonna, you ever remember Spy Kids and shit with the thumbs people?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, hey, fool, I was bigger before any of y'all fools came out, bro. Look at
yeah.
this. Nah, but No, man, I grew up in Yakima, Washington, and a lot of California cultures just bled into ever since I was a kid, bro. There was always politics and everybody trying to be from this and be from that. And it's unfortunate. And everybody's always talked about LA. So it's nice. You're one of my first guests that's not from LA or trying to rep LA. I remember
Yeah.
I made a post about you, Roddy Rax, and YeloHill, and you corrected me, I think. And you're like, yeah, bro, that wasn't Los Angeles, that was Santa Barbara. I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I fixed it. But before we started the interview, when we were talking on Messenger, you were saying that you helped a couple artists get their start. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, 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 man. Okay, so when I had my pages big, when in 2021, I had my pages at like 2 million, and
Yeah,
on IG I had 100,000, and my
right.
everything was just booming.
Sure.
I was reaching out to a lot of badass artists, like a Yellow Hill.
Yeah,
Yellow Hill had like 500 followers at the time.
yeah,
And I reached out to Yellow Hill and I was like, "Hey, Yellow, bro, you're sick. I got to put you on my platform." And I put him on my platform. And then a couple of months later, he just had like 50,000, 40,000 views. I mean, 40,000 followers. I'm like, damn, dog. And he would always tell me, "Thanks, fool. Like, you put me on with the Latinos," because nobody ever knew he was Black Latino, you know?
yeah. You should have told that fool, don't de mi feria.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I just do it to help, man, and I from the blessings I went up on stage with him for New Year's this New Year's this year, and he actually shouted me out about that. So he actually brought that to light.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope. No,
man.
man, I've worked with YeloHill as a promoter, and I brought him out here, and we got some music together. I think I sent you our video. I don't know if you watched it, but
Yeah,
yeah, bro, YeloHill's a dope dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a good dude. He's down to earth. Being a promoter, I've met a lot of artists, dude. I've worked with some hitters, and they forget who they are sometimes, bro.
yeah,
That's something that I like about YeloHill. He most of the time, I don't know, because we got a friendship. We mess with each other a lot, but most of the time that fool's down to earth with me, and
yeah.
so shout out to him. So you're Guatemalan, right?
Yes, I'm from Guatemala. Yeah, born.
And I watched a little bit of your interview on Haters World, and so you have Mexican blood.
Okay, so I'm Guatemalan 100%.
Sure.
And in Central American, everybody has somewhat percent Mexican because of the coffee. I think it was the coffee and the beans they used to like import,
Yes.
and they would go over there, the girls would get pregnant, come back to Guatemala. You know what I mean? Like it would just be mixing. But Guatemala used to be Mexico like 500 years ago,
Okay.
or 1,000 years ago. It used to be Mexico. So Guatemala just independence. It just went as their own country.
Okay.
So either way, Central Americans were always going to have some Mexican in us, and some black too, because a lot of people that do ancestry DNAs they end up being 7% black, 10% black. You know?
Yeah, no, it's yeah, growing up in Yakima, bro, there's a big native culture out here. We have the
Yeah,
Yakima Nation, things like that. Me being a white boy, bro, growing up the way I did, my homies would say certain things, and
yeah,
being with I told you I was texting you earlier, my wife's Mexican. There's some things that I can't say that I would say with my homies, and she'd be like, that's not okay to say. Like when I met her parents and all that, I was like, Yonda, she's like, don't say that shit to my parents. That shit is not cute. But no, it's awesome though, and you notice though too, and you could probably speak on this. I was going to ask this as well. Do you feel like there's a big difference between Chicano culture and Mexican culture? My wife, I'll be honest, bro, she's second generation or first generation, however that, if you know what I'm trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah,
And
yeah.
her family is not about none of this at
Yeah.
all. You
Well,
know,
Chicano culture, Mexican culture, it just depends. If you're talking about Mexican, like in Mexico, the people
yes,
in Mexico and the people in California, yeah, yeah. Well, the people in Mexico, it really is a big difference. Like, because the
yeah,
people in Mexico are more raw. They're more about, they're more about the Mexican blood. Chicanos are kind of a little whitewashed, and
yeah.
because we're here, you know what I mean? It's not that California is white, but like they use more of that dude, bro. Like they use a lot of those words.
Well, yeah, and it's also and this is coming from my wife's family's perspective. Like,
Uh,
like the lowriders weren't a big thing. Like her grandparents were farm workers.
Yeah.
They pushed my wife to go to college, and
Yeah.
she has one cousin who thinks he's somebody, but that's it. Everybody
Yeah.
else went to college, did their thing, and
Yeah.
so when they met me, which I'm just Irish white guy that grew up in Little Mexico, pretty much, they're like, "Oh, he's cute," you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cute, But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
no, bro,
Irish people, I love Irish people food. I say Irish people are gangster, bro. They're gangster, bro.
look, I tell people this all the time, bro. I never try to fake the funk. When I was younger, I always tried to be something I wasn't. I never got put on the hood. I grew up around certain people, so I listen to certain music. I got an appreciation for the culture, but I'm a white dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keep it at
Yeah.
that. But at the same time, my mom is a gangster bitch, bro. She's been in and out of jail more than you. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Straight up, and
Yeah.
it's just it is what it is. But going through your Instagram, something I just found out yesterday, which I was all like, I've seen the episode.
Uh,
What was it like to be on Ridiculousness? And before you answer that, please, is that something you submit? Is it like America's Funniest Home Videos, or do they actually pull that shit from the internet?
they pull it from the internet. So what happens is, the video goes viral, right? And then
Sure.
like once they see the numbers, like 20 million, because that one got like 20 million.
Yeah.
And then they hit me up and they're like, "Hey, Carlos, I'll make you a deal. I'm a producer for Ridiculousness." I'm like, "Hi." And then they're like, "Check this out. We'll give you this much for this video, or you can get royalties off of this video, or every time the show airs, you get a certain percentage." I go, "Just cash me out for it. You can have it." Like, if they would have told me they could have it, I would have gave it to them. But they wanted full rights of it, so I'm like, "All right, just cash me out." So they cashed me out for it, and they put it on the show. But I told her, if you guys put me in the show, please make sure that he roasts me when my episodes up. And she kept her word.
Yeah.
He ended up roasting me about my voice. He goes, "Man, I didn't expect that voice coming out of that guy.
No, bro. No,
That
and
was
like
hilarious."
no, and this is and please, anybody watching this, like, look, that's the same with YeloHill and a couple other guys I've met. The way I grew up, bro, like when I look at you, I look at you as like one of my homies, Theos, like,
Yeah.
¿Qué onda, mijo? And all this, and you're like, "Hi, I'm Carlos." I'm like, that's crazy, bro. But that's awesome though. Never judge a
Yeah.
book by its cover, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
what other shows or appearances you've been on, dog?
I've been on Scare Tastics with PewDiePie. Scare PewDiePie. I've been
Okay.
on Caso Cerrado, the Mexican Jerry
I seen
Springer.
I seen that. My wife's seen that.
Yeah, Ridiculousness. I've been on this Telemundo show called Enrique Santos, El Pelenque. Um, yeah, man, I've been. That's
So so what's the difference between being on Spanish shows versus being on Ridiculousness?
Ridiculousness. Everybody accepts with Ridiculousness. It's all races, bro. Like every race sees you. Like Ridiculousness opened the
Yeah.
door for all the races to love me.
Yeah.
And the Mexican is just the Mexican Spanish speaking Mexicans that open the door. So, I hit every crowd for every show, bro. It's different crowds. Like me, I attract all the Chicano culture / the Guatemalan culture. So there's
Yes.
Guatemalan culture everywhere. So